All right, let's get started. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Rare Disease Day event, organized by iXCells Biotechnologies here in San Diego. My name is Wayne Vaz. I'm the Vice President of Corporate Development and Commercial Operations, and I'm thrilled to serve as your host for today's webinar. On behalf of iXCells and our employees in San Diego, we're delighted to invite you to today's meeting to learn more about this important topic of rare disease and even ultra-rare diseases. Okay, a gentle reminder about webinar etiquette for today's meeting. So number one, since this is a live event, for those of you in the room on site, please switch your cell phones to silent mode as a courtesy to the speakers today and participants. And then number two, as a heads up for those of you that are joining remotely, your mics and webcams will be automatically turned off during the presentation. And then number three, we encourage all participants to submit their questions or comments via the chat mode at any time during the presentations today. We will have a separate Q&A section today to address those questions. If we don't have enough time, don't worry, we're going to address your questions later after the meeting. When you submit your questions, please clearly direct your questions to the name of the speaker when submitting your questions. Okay. All right, let's move on to today's agenda. So we have an awesome list of presenters joining us coast to coast today. And so we have, in our first session, we'll include presentations from the Rare Disease Foundation leaders sharing their inspiring stories. And starting us off, we'll have Amber Freed, CEO and founder of SLC 6A1 Connect, Michelle Jeanette, founder of Cure KCNH1 Foundation, and Piotr Kosla, Vice President and co-founder of PAC S2 Research Foundation, and Jackie Skinner Foster, Executive Director of Hope for Harvey, and Stephanie Teleska, co-founder of KCNC1 Foundation. Session two will start at about 12 p.m.
Your screen. I think you need to switch your screen. You're on the notes screen.
Interesting. Thank you for bringing that up. That's not what I'm doing.
You just gotta click the display settings at the top, and then it should show duplicate slideshow.
Yeah.
Exactly, and now it's perfect, I think.
Okay. Interesting. All right, thank you. Okay, so moving on to session two, we'll start at about 12 p.m. Pacific and include some impressive speakers from academia, industry, and nonprofit organizations. Dr. Tim Yu will start. Tim is a physician scientist at Boston Children's Hospital. Winston Yan is president of N=1 Collaborative. Irina Antonijevic is a chief medical officer at Everyone Medicines. And Jeff Milton is CEO at La Jolla Labs. Namway Lin is co-founder and president of iXCells Biotechnologies and the key organizer of today's event. And Amber Freed will provide some closing remarks, and then we'll bookend today's meeting with Michelle Jeanette, founder of Cure KCNH1 Foundation, moderating a roundtable discussion. After the first session, we'll plan for about 30 minutes Q&A, followed by about 10 or 15 minutes break before we commence session number two. All right. I also want to mention that today's event will also be available on some leading rare disease websites. So the National Organization of Rare Disorders, or NORD, a leading independent patient advocacy organization representing all individuals and families affected by rare diseases in the United States. Number 2, RareDiseaseDay.org is operated by European Organization for Rare Diseases, a non-governmental organization that raises awareness among the general public and decision makers about rare diseases and their impact on patients' lives. And then number 3, globalgenes.org is a nonprofit organization dedicated to eliminating the burdens and challenges of rare diseases for patients and families globally. For those of you joining us that may not be so much familiar with rare diseases, here are some fast facts. So Rare Disease Day is an annual celebration to raise awareness for rare diseases to improve the lives of individuals and families impacted by them around the world. What is a rare disease? So in the United States, it's defined as a condition affecting fewer than 200,000 people. In Europe, it's defined as a condition affecting 1 in 2,000 people. An estimated 10,000 rare diseases are known to exist, with about 5,600 being genetically based. Overall, 1 in 10 people are affected by rare disease. That's more than 30 million people in the United States and more than 300 million people worldwide that are living with a rare condition. It is our hope that after today's discussions, you will, number 1, you'll think about rare diseases differently in terms of how common they actually are from a collective perspective. Number 2, you will better understand and appreciate the incredible challenges that families face in caring for loved ones that are dealing with these debilitating diseases. And then number 3, increase the knowledge and awareness of some of the supporting resources available for patients, parents, and even scientists. Okay. Before we move on to today's presentations, I want a quick shout out to an organization that we partnered with called Salt and Butter here in San Diego. They're a bakery. And they generously agreed to donate a percentage of purchases made between February 28th and March 2nd. And so for those of you that are located in San Diego, you can scan the QR code and then place your orders online. So please show your support today for the Rare Disease Day.